Hey Capricorn, welcome to your November 2019 Rune and Tarot reading. I am first going to talk with you about what I saw in the runes, and then we're going to flip the camera down and take a look at some oracle and tarot cards to see what other information, insight we can get for you related to what I saw in the runes, okay? This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And I do calibrate the cards before I start the video, if in case any of you are wondering, all right? What else? So let's just get right into it, okay? So what I saw central to you and what is, so for the Capricorns that I'm tapped into, obviously it can't be tapped into every Capricorn that's out there. So the Capricorns that I'm tapped into, the central theme in your life, the central focus, the central thing of importance in your life right now, and I'm looking at my notes, is love, family, and home. They seem to be kind of the core of what's important to you, what you're focused on right now. There was also a rune for to signify a woman, not you if you're a female watching, a woman who's off on the side, adjacent to you, but isolated and kind of like, so she's in your energetic field somehow, if you want to talk about it that way. So it's there's some relation, not relation like blood relation, but there's a woman that has something to do with your life at this point in time, who's kind of just off on the periphery. And then furthest from you were some other runes, but they all suggested to me, and they all looked really positive, but because of their distance to you and because they looked positive to me, it looks to me like overall your life is pretty kind of clear sailing. You look to be financially comfortable. There isn't a lot of discord that's directly affecting you, but there seems to be some kind of drama possibly brewing external to you that might have implications to your comfort. And comfort can mean a lot of different things. Comfort can be emotional comfort, it can be physical comfort, it can be, so as it applies to you, okay? So for the most part, it looks like everything's pretty good. Everything's going pretty good for you. And then there's this little thing that might be like on the periphery of your life that might kind of tap, you know, or like it might be like a little bit of like a, I don't know, sometimes we, like an annoyance kind of thing, you know, where it's not necessarily like your problem, but it kind of affects you a little bit. And I think it's one of those deals, like it'll affect you as much as you let it. It was kind of the vibe that I was getting from that. So all that said, there really wasn't all that much kind of like depth and intrigue that I saw in the runes for your reading, Capricorn. I think it was pretty straightforward. So we are going to flip the camera down and we're going to take a look at some oracle and tarot cards and see, I think that, you know, the juiciest bit here is really to kind of see what this potential woman might be about and what that whole thing is. The rest of it looks pretty straightforward. We'll see where the cards guide us. I may look into the family thing since that seems to be of central importance to you right now. So we'll see if that looks kosher, then we'll totally focus in on the woman. All right, so let's take a look. All right, Capricorn, let's take a look at these magical spell cards. I'm going to use them as an oracle to ground the reading and transition us from the runes to the tarot, okay? So what is the overall energy for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs related to their family? What is the overall energy there around love, family, and their home, which was the primary energies are surrounding them in the rune reading? What does that look like for Capricorn? What is that energy around their family, love, and their home? look like for Capricorn? Psychic protection. Around me now, a shield of gold, protect me, strong and bold. So you may be, Capricorn, you may be focused on really kind of keeping your family dynamics safe and healthy, and like really just kind of focusing in on the health and well-being of your family. This could also, I am going to pull another one of these because I want to take a tap into that, that woman's energy that I saw kind of over on the side. So this may also be suggesting that you are having to kind of shield yourself in a way so that whatever's kind of going on with, if there is an external kind of woman presence that might be causing some kind of something, we'll see if we can get some clarification on what that something is from the tarot, that you may be having to protect your family from that in some way, shape, or form, okay? So let's put that there and see if we can get an energy on the woman Destiny wanted to flip out. So let's see if she comes back out. So get some clarification on the woman that we saw in the runes that was off on the side, kind of by herself, adjacent to Capricorn. What is the energy around this woman, this female energy that was adjacent to Capricorn? Justice. By the power of 3x3, Mott delivered justice to me. So maybe Capricorn, this person, woman specifically, kind of on the periphery, is maybe she's looking for some kind of fairness or some kind of justice, or, you know, something to that effect. In the tarot, justice is also the Libra card, if that's meaningful for any of you. So I am going to put this down here. Let's see if I can scoot that. That way we can kind of keep track of those. All right, so let's take a quick peek with some tarot to see. And I did already calibrate these cards. So let's take a look for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What is the psychic protection about with their family? What is the dynamic there? What is Capricorn dealing with around their family and their love and their home life? What is that about for Capricorn? All right, the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Cups, the Tower, what I got, I'm going to pull more cards, but what I'm getting from this is that there is some kind of shift in dynamic. still very cordial in the home environment. You and your partner are working through whatever it is that's going on here, because clearly there are things that are changing. There are shifts and changes that are taking place, but it looks like you guys are working together and collaborating, and being true partners for each other and being there to support each other and to help each other. So while there are changes happening around the love and the home and the family environment, it looks positive. There's definitely changes. I mean, no questions asked. And they're big. These are not piddly changes. This is significant. These are significant shifts. And I don't know in what yet, but this definitely suggests significant shifts in that area that we were just focusing on, which was love, family, and home. So let's see. The Page of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. So looks like one or both of you, so Capricorn, you and or your partner are really learning how to communicate in different ways. Instead of kind of being stuck in the old way of navigating the relationship and the old way of maybe keeping things to yourself, or kind of keeping ourselves locked into a, like the mental prisons that we find ourselves in when we have things are clearly going on here, right? And so if a couple doesn't have this, if they don't have good, healthy communication, rapport, trust, and respect for each other, as we have in this card, it's very easy for one or both partners to kind of get locked in this kind of energy, which is us, when we keep ourselves mentally locked into a particular way of seeing and responding to our environment. When I see this card, I often think like victim mentality, when people are like, well, this, my life sucks, I can't, I don't know why this always happens to me, like, why is this always, it's that kind of idea, where you're just kind of keeping yourself, stuck, when really often what's needed is just a mindset shift, right? And some good open-hearted communication for us to be able to find what it is that actually makes us happy, right? To find how we can express ourselves as individuals and be true and honest with ourselves. Okay, so while the home, so I told you I wanted to take a look at the home environment. This actually looks really good for me, to me. Clearly there's stuff changing. But you know what that is, Capricorn. I don't know that you need me to tell you what it is that's changing. I hope that this is validation for you, that I am tapped into your energy, if this is your story and this is making sense to you. So these first few cards, I think, are just kind of more validation. That you guys are and I see this as you guys really, it's a confirmation that you're on the right track with the way that you're communicating with each other, with the way that you're managing anything that's going on in the psychological / mental space. You guys are managing that really, really nicely. And you're both kind of coming out of it strong and expressing yourselves as individuals in an appropriate, healthy way. So I like that. I think that's really nice. So I think I want to look at this thing that might potentially be more juicy, which is this woman energy that was kind of off on the side. So I am going to just do this to make a little bit of space here. And so let's see for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, what this Justice card was about that represented this female energy, or this woman who was over on the periphery of Cancer's reading. Cancer, Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. So, what is this woman's energy? What is this about? What is this woman about? What does this energy look like in Capricorn's periphery here? What is going on with this woman? All right, scooch. All right, we got the five of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Two of Cups. So if these cards represent the energy of the woman Capricorn that's on the periphery, someone is feeling possibly betrayed, feeling like they may have won a battle, but I think they know that they haven't won the war, so to speak. There may be some kind of external influence. I'm wondering if this has to do with a dynamic between a Capricorn female and another Capricorn and another female, where this Knight of Wands is kind of causing some turmoil in the department of people connecting, people coming together, love, relationships. I'm wondering if there's a party, this Knight of Wands representing that party, that person who might be causing the woman on the periphery of the rune reading to feel like she, she needs to kind of take her swords and run. And so let's see, let me get some clarification here on this. So let's get some clarification on the Five of Swords, please, for this woman on the periphery of Capricorn's reading. Let's get some clarification on the Five of Swords, please. Two of Cups, yeah. So I don't, this is the Two of Cups in reverse, which we have here. I don't have reversals in this deck, but I do in my clarification deck. So definitely this woman on the periphery is feeling like something's coming in the way of her, apparently her love and her relationship. What's going on there, Capricorn? The Empress. And the Sun in reverse. So someone, I think this woman is not feeling confident. Can you see that? Probably not. We don't need to see these anymore right now. Let's look at these. So we have the Two of Cups in reverse, the Empress and the Sun in reverse. To clarify, this Five of Swords. And so someone, I'm taking it to be this woman, is not feeling very confident right now. I think she feels like there are things that she doesn't know or doesn't understand. She's not feeling, I think maybe once upon a time she used to feel this way, like she used to feel like she was the Empress. She used to feel like she was the kind of the center of, I'm guessing, this Knight of Wands world, and now she's not sure anymore. And I think she feels threatened. There's something threatening her love, and she's not able to fully express herself. Coincidentally, on the bottom we have the Devil. So there is something, you know, keeping her. I feel like there's something that's kind of really messing with her right now in terms of, you know, possibly thoughts and things that are kind of keeping her locked, keeping her chained. She might be struggling with substance abuse to try to kind of handle. If she's in an unhealthy state of mind, she may be reverting to using substances to try to ease, you know, the kind of this turmoil that we see in the Five of Swords, and that conflict and that mental, kind of the mental anguish that goes along with the Five of Swords and having to deal with being unsure about love. So let's see if we can get some clarification on this Knight of Wands. And get clarification on this Knight of Wands related to this woman who's on the periphery of the Capricorn reading. And get some clarification on this Knight of Wands, please. Scooch these up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah. Somebody being a player. Somebody have too many options that they don't know what to do with. There's Justice again. Tied to that woman. And the Ten of Swords. Yeah, something, okay, so something isn't, okay, so something hasn't been resolved for this woman, right? Because this row right here is focusing on this woman's energy that's on the periphery of your reading, Capricorn. And so there's something going on here where you seem to be involved in some way, shape, or form. She really feels like she may not be she may feel like she's not being treated fairly, if I can spit that out. Something has not come to a conclusion, has not been resolved for her. So she probably does not feel like she's being treated fairly, or, you know, and and from this I'm getting that someone's being a bit of a, I hate to say that with this card because it's so cliche at this point, but that's really what I'm getting here, is that there are just options. You know, the kind of the whole player thing, like there are just options for this Knight of Wands, who I think is the energy that's bringing in the turmoil for this woman. So whoever this Knight of Wands is. I'm trying to see what you can see. You can see most of that. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want to get clarification on this. That's Two of Cups. I want to say I think it's pretty clear. So Capricorn, you know, I don't know that this is affecting your life directly, right? Because I did not see that. And we can ask, right? We can ask the cards. let's do a quick ask. Is this woman on the periphery for Capricorn directly affecting her life? Because I did not get that from the rune casting, but let's see if we can get some kind of clarification or validation from the tarot. Is this woman on the periphery of Capricorn's reading affecting Capricorn's life in any way? Is it affecting your life? Holy Mother of God. Seriously? We got justice again, yo. Oh my goodness, that's 3 times. Capricorn, if you're dealing with a Libra, you're dealing with a Libra. And someone clearly, I think maybe, okay, because this piece of it was, you know, is this person affecting you, Capricorn, your life? I think everyone is looking for a fair shake in this situ, you know? Everyone's looking for some fairness and some justice in this situation is what I'm getting from this now, okay? The Death card and the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Oh boy. So this was, is this affecting your life? It's affecting your life from the standpoint of, I don't know that it's not screwing you up. I don't see this as it's screwing you up or like, you know, causing you any kind of major challenges. But I do see that this situation is creating a whole new way of seeing the world, a whole new way of approaching probably relationships, you know, because we're kind of getting this. And at the core of your reading was home and family and love. So I'm assuming that this has to do with relationships and like just opening up new avenues and new ways of seeing and approaching love, relationships, and family. And how can we best balance that? How can we best, you know, be fair to everyone involved? Yeah, because this is the family and the legacy card here too, right? This is what we've built. This is what we've invested our effort and energy and our blood, sweat, and tears into over the years. Not something that you want to let go of easily, but it's something, there's a dynamic that's shifting here. So we have the Tower in your home and love life, Capricorn. We have the Tower, so there's clearly, you know, there's clearly shifting and changing that's kind of going on. We've lost track of this card because it's out of frame at the moment, but and you have the Death card in the same reading, so there's clearly changes afoot. And so possibly, you know, there's some kind of engagement here or involvement with this Knight of Wands, and it's causing you, Capricorn, to need to review and assess and revisit kind of how you're dealing in your own family dynamic and how it's this whole, whatever's happening here with this woman and this Knight of Wands is causing you to have to kind of change and rearrange and shift the way that you manage your own relationship and your own partnership. And so this is not what I was expecting to get, but here we are. And I'm trying to decide if I want to get some kind of advice for you with the tarot or just go straight to the oracle. I think we're going to go to the oracle. I think we're going to go to the animal spirit oracle, and we are going to ask We'll get 2 animal spirit oracles for you, Capricorn, and we'll ask firstly for some advice and inspiration for your family and your your nuclear family and your home life. Some inspiration and advice for Capricorn for family and love. And then we'll get another one for this woman situation. So what advice can we give to Capricorn to help support them in this changing but stable and happy? It looks like a stable and happy home environment. So what advice can we give to Capricorn for this stable and happy home environment that is changing? Things are shifting. What advice can we give to Capricorn? Can you see that? Swan spirit. Time for a deep dive. And I kind of feel, Capricorn, like you guys are already doing that. So I think this is encouragement for you. I'm kind of coming back in here. So I think that you and your partner, your home environment, I think you guys are already doing this. So I think the encouragement here is like, keep doing this, right? With this card and the Page of Cups, and then, the 9 coming out. I don't know if I'm too close and you can't even really see that card. All these cards kind of coming out for your home environment when we pulled them. These all for me are very positive cards, and these are very suggestive that you are having really healthy communication and that you and your partner are everything. I see everything kind of being fine here, right? So I feel like this is encouragement for you to kind of keep this going, keep this open communication, keep the mutual respect, and keep working towards your individualities, plural, right? So I think that that's actually really nice. So that's an encouragement for you to keep kind of doing what you're doing with your home. I'll scoot that over here. And now let's get one more for this woman who is on the periphery for Capricorn. What advice can we give to Capricorn for dealing, I'm assuming, in some way, shape, or form, it's in your life because it's here. So what is the best way for Capricorn to deal? Approach, think about, whatever word we want to use. Cards are a mess all over the place, aren't they? This reading got messy, but maybe that's a representation of what the fuck is going on down here, Capricorn. This seems a little bit like a hot mess. Anyway, I'm being funny. I'm just kidding. All right, starfish. Open to infinite possibilities. That's beautiful. And interestingly enough, can't make this shit up. You got both the 59 and the 60 card. So, I just, there are a gazillion cards in this deck and they are been shuffled very, very well. So, the starfish spirit, open to infinite possibilities for this woman that's on the periphery. And so, Capricorn, this seems like a pretty tricky, interesting, juicy situation. And so maybe the suggestion here for you on how to best approach and think about this is to keep in as open of a mind as you possibly can in this situation. Yeah, I would say keep trying. If you are engaged in any kind of way, shape, or form in this situation, or if you're just kind of watching it happen, I don't know for sure exactly. but it, you know, it's definitely keep an open mind. And then I'm also getting try different things. Try different approaches, try different avenues, try different ways, because clearly someone is having some strife, right? There's someone who's having a hard time with this Five of Swords and the Two of Cups and the Sun in reverse, and that was this woman, right? So clearly whoever this woman is having a hard time. And is, you know, maybe looking for some clarity and some fairness. So I think the advice here for you, Capricorn, is to be open to providing that if it's within your power to provide that. Otherwise, you know, our thoughts make a big difference. You know, the thoughts that we put out affect the world around us, and so, you know, mindfulness maybe of the way that you are thinking about and approaching whatever this particular situation is, and this woman, whether or not she's in your life or on the periphery, I don't know exactly, but you do. So take what resonates and, you know, kind of leave the rest. And yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. I'm a bit honestly exasperated. I was not expecting all this drama, but we did get some drama here. So I hope you found that helpful or validating in some way. All right, Capricorn, I hope to see you again. Thanks.